So, what did you guys think of the debate? One thing that was very disappointing to me, that's very just sad to see, is how many people are just being just bamboozled, run amok, led astray. So many people. And mainly it's the vote blues. The vote blues that don't really see what's in front of them. The fact that they think that Donald Trump is stupid. It's like one of the worst things you could possibly do. Trump isn't stupid by any means. He's a plant. Yeah, I agree, Tori. He's a plant. How many campaign ads has he ran? Have you guys seen the many ads? Maybe a few. How much money has he spent on this election? I have. Good morning, Laura. He hasn't spent much on this election at all. There was a source that was on the news, to be clear. Actually, it was on the news, a source about right before the Republican debates, but right before the primaries, there was a secret phone call where Bill Clinton called and encouraged Donald Trump to run for president, and even gave him a few pointers. What's up, Breeze? It even encouraged him to run for president. Yeah. So we have Trump is only in this election for one thing, and that is to make people afraid. He is to make people afraid and to make them vote for the worst candidate in Hillary Clinton who to ever run for political office. That's why he's here. That's what this is about. And it's so disheartening to see that people don't want to see the truth, to see what's really going on. They act like zombies. They are proud of being in the Matrix. And what else even funny is a lot of them attack me, you and I, for not being a part of the Matrix. They attack you and I for not being, for choosing to be ignorant. It's one thing to be ignorant, because there's many topics and many situations where we all have been ignorant at least once, at least at one point. But to choose to be ignorant, I had the audacity one day to tell someone that talk about the national debt and that we're not under the gold standard anymore, and we're not a broke nation. And their response to me was, "Oh, you really want to talk about that when black people are being disenfranchised?" Really? That has everything to do with black people being disenfranchised. The fact that we're saying we have a nation that's broke. The fact that we're letting people have, we're choosing people's education based on their PO box and where were they born. When we are a nation that can cancel student debt and send kids to college free. It has everything to do with the real issues. Everything to do with the real issues. But people don't want to acknowledge that. They don't want to acknowledge that we're not borrowing money from China. We're not in debt to our heels. And we're not a nation that is about to go bankrupt. I don't know how they bamboozled us and conditioned us to believe this. And not only that, they've conditioned our people, they conditioned all of us to think that free college is unrealistic. They condition us to think that universal health care is unrealistic. But when you see a report come out about how we're going to bail out the big banks and crooks on Wall Street, everyone's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." That's somehow the norm to them. That's some type of way the norm. I don't get it. I don't get how you think that common sense policies that's going to help you is unrealistic, but policies that's going to help those at the top at the expense of you is realistic. I don't understand. I do not understand. It's sad to see many of you out there choose to be ignorant, choose to stay in the matrix. Steve Runbein talks about this a lot when it comes to the national debt and how talking about the Bush tax cuts destroyed the economy, as much as we disagree with Republicans. But when they talk about tax cuts destroyed the economy, this is the type of ignorance that is literally killing people. We're literally killing people when we think that if we print money, we cause inflation. We're literally killing people. We're literally killing people when we think that our tax dollars fund the government at the federal level. We're killing people. Literally. There's no ways around it. Jill Stein, Beverly, of course, is the only candidate in this race that is fit, that deserves our vote. She's the only candidate with a real progressive agenda. She's the only candidate that's not going to get up there and say that tax dollars pay for spending. Jill Stein. Jill Stein is a candidate that we all can believe in. Dr. Jill Stein is the candidate that's gonna start a new progressive future. But one thing's for sure, if we always decide that we're just gonna vote for these crooks anyway, then they have no reason to change. And if we're just gonna vote for them anyway, then they're always gonna ignore us and protect those at the top. That's the situation. That's the reality of the situation that we're dealing with. And then there are some people that want to talk about how you can't get it all down. I had a person demonstrate this to me. They say, "Well, Kendall, it's kind of like paying a bill." This is them now, not me. I'm quoting them. They say it's kind of like paying a bill. You have a credit card balance, and since you can't pay the whole balance, you're just gonna not pay the minimum. That was their analogy of why we should accept incremental change. But here's the problem with that analogy. Hillary Rodham Clinton isn't even offering us the minimum. Not that we're even going to accept that, but she's not even offering us the minimum. You see what I'm saying? She's not even going that far to even offer us the minimum of the situation. She's offering us the minimum of the minimum, if that even makes sense. She's offering us just enough to keep us quiet and keep our big money donors happy. That's what this is all about. That's what it's about with her. We're no longer interested in someone telling us that we're unrealistic or we should wait when it's our kids that are dying on the streets. We're no longer interested in someone telling us we're unrealistic or we should wait when it's our kids that are being undereducated. We're no longer interested in someone telling us that we're broke when we are a monetary sovereignty nation that prints its own currency. We're done with it. Stop lying to the American people. And let's work together. Republicans don't want to raise taxes? Fine. Let's meet in the middle. We don't have to raise taxes because they don't pay at the federal level anyway. So I could care less about raising taxes. You want to cut corporate taxes? I'm sure we can have a conversation about that. We all win. Really, think about it. We all win. Our tax dollars do not pay at the federal level. So there's no reason for us to raise taxes anyway. Now we got to tax some because that would cause inflation. We have to tax some. And we have to tax some to keep people from deciding that to put their value in something else. We have to maintain the value of our dollars, so we have to tax some. And we're nowhere near a situation where printing more money is going to cause an inflation. That's only when our economy is at full capacity. And trust me, we all can agree that this economy is not at full capacity. We don't have strong job growth. We do have a trade deficit, and we do have a lot of debt. A lot of public debt. So hell yeah, we need to be spending on this economy. If we don't start spending on this economy, we're going to slip back into recession. That's the reality of the situation. We have to. If you look at every situation where they try to balance the budget, just look back. Don't take our word for it. We always post links on this stuff. Just look back and you see that everywhere where they tried to balance the budget or bragged about a surplus, a recession followed shortly after. Those are the facts. This is not a conspiracy. This is not some type of, us on a soapbox just blowing a lot of hot air. It's nothing like that. It's the reality of the situation. Now, there are those that choose to be ignorant, and that's on them. Obviously, we can't help them. All we can do is continue to speak the truth and try to bring people along as much as we can. And but you guys are free to join us at any time. But if hey, Laura, stop sending money to Israel. Yeah, but that's not tax dollars now that we're sending to Israel. Let's just continue to do that we know we can do. Let's do what we believe in our hearts. Let's stand for, I like the Green New Deal. Let's stand for the type of future we want for ourselves and for our kids. When you sit back and think about it, it should make you angry. When you sit back and think that you have kids on the street starving, when we're not a nation that's no longer on the gold standard, that we control our own currency, it makes me angry. When we see that we have people dealing with deadly diseases, and we're telling the American people that we can't have universal health care because we can't afford it, when we're a nation that prints its own currency, it makes me angry. When we have people out on the street, when we have people not getting the right education to compete with the world because they say we can't afford it, it makes me angry when we are a monetary sovereignty nation that prints its own currency. I'm Kendall Sen Sullivan. I'm just going to leave it there. Have a great day, guys. Peace.